Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with y'all 4 super easy and cozy casseroles with simple ingredients that you can make for your family. There's something so comforting about a casserole on a cold day. All of the links to these casseroles will be down below in the description box, but let's go ahead and get into the first one. This one is called a French onion casserole. This casserole had so much flavor. To get started, I'm putting 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts into the pressure cooker, and that's going to take about 15 minutes. This recipe did call for a container of French onion dip, however I was unable to find it. So I'm just going to mix a packet of onion mix with 1 cup of sour cream, and that will be the equivalent to the onion dip that's in the container already. I'm just going to set that to the side. My chicken was ready, so I'm going to go ahead and shred that up. I'm going to take that onion dip we just made and pour that into the bowl with my chicken. And to that, I'm also going to add a can of cream of chicken and about a cup of Colby Jack cheese. I'm going to pour this into my casserole dish and top with fried onions. This is going to bake uncovered on 350 for about 30 minutes. Again, this casserole had so much flavor. You could pair this with any veggie, maybe steamed broccoli or green beans, and it would be a really easy dinner. Next up, I'm going to make a twice baked potato casserole. To get started, I've got 10 small to medium sized russet potatoes. I'm just going to pierce those with a knife. This was the longest part of making this casserole because these do have to bake for an hour. But after that, it comes together really fast. So after I got those pierced, I drizzled them with a little bit of cooking oil and sprinkled with salt. I'm going to pop these into the oven, but you could also do these in the pressure cooker if you wanted to speed up the process. I wasn't in a hurry today, so I'm just using the oven. While those bake, I'm going to fry up a pack of bacon and get that nice and crispy. Over here in my bowl, I'm going to get started on the mixture. So to my bowl, I'm adding a block of room temperature cream cheese and about a cup of sour cream. I'm going to sprinkle in some chives. You could also use fresh, I'm just using dried, and then a little each of onion powder and garlic powder. Lastly, I'm adding a 1/4 cup of milk, and I'm going to give everything a stir. This is why you want to make sure that your cream cheese is room temperature. It's going to make everything easier to combine. Mine was kind of in between, so I had to work with it a little bit, but it did eventually come together. So I'm just going to set that to the side, and my potatoes are ready. So when I took those out, I just gave them a rough chop. I'm going to add those to the mixture we just made and also the crumbled bacon that I fried up earlier. I'm going to reserve a little of the bacon for the top of the casserole when it comes out of the oven, and then just another handful of cheese, and I will give this all a final stir. My bowl was way too small, so I had to be super careful, but this will go into a 9x13 baking dish. I'm adding more cheese to the top, and this will bake on 400 uncovered for about 15 to 20 minutes. When it came out of the oven, I topped it with the rest of the bacon and some more chives. I think this casserole would be a good main dish or even a side dish. It would go really good with anything barbecue or even baked chicken. It was so good and definitely a comfort meal. Next up, I'm making this cheesy Doritos casserole. This was one of the easiest casseroles that I've ever made. So to get started, I'm pouring in a few Doritos to the bottom of my baking dish. I'm just using a 9x13, and this is the Cool Ranch flavor. The recipe says to do this in a separate bowl, but I didn't see the need to do that because you're just going to pour them into the dish anyways, and I'm all about saving on dishes. So I'm going to crush those up, not super fine, just roughly. I added just enough to cover the bottom of the dish, and then I'm going to pour over 1/4 cup of melted butter and toss those around. I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on top of those Doritos, and over in a separate bowl, I'm going to work on the mixture that goes over that. So here I've got a jar of 4 cheese Alfredo sauce I'm going to pour in. To that, I'm adding a pack of taco mix, and I'm just going to make sure that's mixed in well. I'm going to add in a good handful of shredded cheese, and I decided with this one to take a shortcut and buy rotisserie chicken that was already shredded. So that's an option if you need to be able to throw this together super quick, or you can even cook your chicken ahead of time because it is going to be cheaper to buy fresh chicken and cook it yourself. Now I'm just going to add a can of fire roasted tomatoes, and this can all be stirred together. I'm going to pour that mixture right over those Doritos, and this will bake uncovered for 30 minutes on 350. It comes out of the oven. I'm adding a few more crushed Doritos and shredded cheese. I'm going to bake it for an additional 5 minutes just to get that cheese melted, and then it's ready to serve. This was a huge hit, so I'm definitely saving this one to make again. And I saved the best for last. This was my absolute favorite, but the last casserole I'm going to make is called a Cheddar Bacon Ranch Tater Tot Casserole. I've also heard it called a cracked out tater tot casserole, which I think I've made before with chicken. It's just been a long time, but oh my gosh, y'all, this casserole was bursting with flavor. To get started, I'm frying up a pack of bacon, and when it's done, I will chop that up to go in the casserole. So again, I'm saving on dishes here and doing all of the mixing in my casserole dish. I'm first adding a can of cream of chicken and 2 cups of sour cream. Then goes in a packet of ranch mix and 2 cups of shredded cheese. I'm going to mix this all together. I started with the spatula, and I found it to be a little bit easier with a whisk to get everything mixed well. At this point, I'm going to add my bacon and tater tots. This recipe did call for a 2-pound bag. I think mine was 1.75 or something like that, but it was close enough for me. It was perfect. So I'm just going to fold those tater tots into the mixture, and this will bake on 350 uncovered for 45 minutes. When it came out of the oven, I topped it with some chives just to add some color, and it was amazing. As I said before, this casserole had so much flavor. I could have ate the whole dish, but that's going to be all for today's video. If you made it to the end, be sure to leave any kind of food-related emoji in the comments down below, just to let me know that you were here. Recipe links are down in the description box. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.